folks. Have you ever heard of Gunshot?
Holy crap, that's insane.
But what is a real problem is the water deepness right here.
Bloody hell, that looks even scarier from up here.
Cockatoo Creek.
Don't die, come on.
Or the extraordinary riding skills of a German 𝗬𝗫_cc motorcyclist.
Beer, go away. We take a little bit of commitment. Oh, no commitment. I made it exactly before till the first rock.
No? Well, never mind. We're gonna fix that.
Come on, old girl, you can do this. Come on. Woohoo!
We just have 3 pair of underpants and I probably shit 2 of them.
So round up your mates, grab some cold drinks and sit back.
Woohoo! What a ride!
This is just an ordinary day on the Old Telegraph Track. We love traveling on motorcycles, but it's the tent that lets us stay in places like this. It's our little home. Sure, some would say camping lacks the comforts of a hotel, and to be honest, often our camp spots are just pragmatic. But then, there are those rare gems we have all to ourselves, and they make it completely worth it. And after relaxed morning coffee, there's just one important task left before we are ready to hit the track.
Good morning, guys. We had a quiet night in this beautiful surrounding. We planned to spend 3 to 4 days on the Tele track, and we wanted to have the bikes as light as possible for this hard track. So we decided to only carry drinking water for about 1 to 1.5 days, and then to filter on any river we pass. As you can see, we carry a little water filter, and we have it since our motorcycle world trip already, and this thing comes in really handy because I can filter water from wherever source we want, as long as it's fresh water. It takes about 30 pumps to fill up this 0.5 liter bottle. Yeah, very good. If you're interested in this water filter we use, we put a link into the description box. And now it's time to pack up the tent and hit the Old Telegraph Track again.
Tent is packed, we are ready to go, and this is the first little challenge, obstacle, let's say it this way. We have to cross the 𝗬𝗀𝘀 River, which is hopefully a refreshing way to start into the day. But before we talk much, let's start.
Let's hit the road. You first.
Probably we get wet feet now. Oh, it's crystal clear, look at that.
Does it work okay?
Easy.
Ooh.
Wow. Look at this. You can pitch up your tent right here. One spot more beautiful than the other. Today morning we hit right deep sand just after the creek, and we struggled a bit because it
Where
just
do we need
takes
to go? I
around
think
here.
down there,
Yeah.
maybe.
Like this one here, you know. And in the morning you're a bit stiff and not used to the sand already, which means we probably look like someone was drunk if you follow our tracks. Next creek crossing. Let's see what's down there. Holy shit.
𝗬𝗪𝗀𝗀 is taking the hard way. I'm fine with the easy one.
Let's check this out. We have to go over there. So up here it's quite solid, but there are big holes in this creek. Holy moly. Oh well, that's not deep. Yeah, easy. Then let's do it.
In the dry season, the Old Telegraph Track can get pretty busy. It's one of those iconic destinations most Aussies want to tick off their bucket list. Usually in a four-wheel drive, sometimes on a dirt bike. And seriously, just look at this place. It's off-road heaven. But all those vehicles have one thing in common. Plenty of power, long suspension travel, big wheels and serious fording depth. We don't have any of that, which means deep sand, ruts or water crossings might be small obstacles for them, but for us, well, let's just say it keeps our day interesting.
Holy moly! That was deeper than I thought. See, it was already up to the air filter. So close. Crazy. Well, these water crossings are really fun. It was roughly knee deep, so more is not possible without the snorkel. But we have plan B and C as well, and we have even plan D. So if the water gets deeper, we still should be alright. We are heading downwards again. It's pretty hot, 46 degrees or something like that nearly.
And only bushland the last kilometers.
Yeah, the vegetation changed. You know, before like we had huge trees and now none. But I think this is the track down to the next big obstacle.
Almost
We
there.
are at Gunshot right now, if I'm not wrong. So let's go down there and check it out.
Every year after the wet season, the Old Telegraph Track changes its face. And that's exactly what makes it so exciting. You never really know what to expect as obstacles and challenges change with the season. Nevertheless, some spots stand as true gatekeepers, and only the brave or the slightly insane dare to beat them. And right now, we are facing one of the most legendary, the mighty Gunshot Creek.
Holy crap, that's insane.
Well guys, we are now at the Gunshot, at the famous Gunshot, which is very famous for exactly this. It's a vertical drop down here into the creek, I would say 3 to 4 meters at least, and it's absolutely scary. There are a couple of chicken tracks around here, and we decided not to take this one. I'll show you in a second why, because normally we are here to do the hard stuff, but this one is a bit too rough for our little bikes. This vertical wall is one problem we could tackle, but what is a real problem is the water deepness right here, which is nearly up to my underpants. It looks even scarier from here. You can't imagine that a four-wheel drive or anything else is driving down there, but they do it. And we've actually seen this on Four-Wheel Drive 24/7. We love this channel here on YouTube. You should check them out. And every year they come to Cape York and challenge themselves. Also with Gunshot Creek. To be honest, normally we would take this track, but we just have 3 pair of underpants and I probably shit 2 of them while going down here. And then I have just 1 left. And that's already a bit dirty from Pond Creek. So I think it's better to take one of the chicken tracks.
Let's do this. So, old girl, you can do this. Slow and steady, slow and steady. Bloody hell, that looks even scarier from up here. Woohoo! That gets your blood pumping, bloody hell! Yeah, I made it! Woo! So, first obstacle is done. Now let's get out of here. Come on, old girl, you can do that. Come on. Woohoo! That's pretty insane. Woohoo! What a ride!
Yeah, we made Gunshot. How cool is that?
Well, I almost shit myself just by watching him riding the bike down. It was so scary.
To be honest, I shit myself as well, so I have to take a swim now.
Now we are curious. So would you tackle the Gunshot Creek with your four-wheel drive or a motorcycle or even with a 50cc bike? Let us know in the comments.
You're never alone when you follow a dream. Breathe it all out now, your hair in the breeze. You can run, 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 you can fly away, you can be. Oh, we wander, oh, we roam. We take the road, we make our home. Together, we're never alone. We take the road, we make our home.
So we're back on the more open terrain where it's a lot more sandy, which is quite exhausting, to be honest. I don't know. Well, I'm not sure where to go here. Yeah, that's fine.
But it's not long before we reach the next creek. And so far, this one is the longest and most intimidating yet.
It's a little bit bumpy. Oh wow, that will be interesting.
We just arrived at Cockatoo Creek. This is another creek crossing we have to do. We have to walk it first and see how deep it is. So far the ground looks pretty solid, but yeah, it's the deepness that counts in our case.
Well, we walked through it and it's doable without a snorkel, but we have to pick the right line, which is straight around here and then on the edge along to the exit. So it's still roughly at parts nearly knee deep, so it will be exciting.
There is only one possible line I have to stick to. Everything else is way too deep. And it's really hard to see from here. Don't die, don't die, don't die, come on. Woohoo! What a ride!
Well, this one was probably the craziest one. Not only because it was so long, but at some point I've lost the line that I've actually had in mind, and it was really deep and I thought the engine will just stall. But I was hard on the throttle, committed fully and made it over here. Yeah!
One obstacle is done. But there's another one, and this is sand. Really deep sand.
I'm here to push.
Beer, go away. We take a little bit of commitment. Oh, no commitment. I made it exactly until the first rock. There was a rut, but now we have to push.
We could have unpacked the luggage,
but in this case the bike has to carry it. And not me.
Oh, you're too fast. Hang on.
Oh, that's exhausting.
Oh,
Holy
Oh.
shit.
I need a break again.
Oh, shit. That was more exhausting than the Greek.
Yeah.
Oh, Cockatoo Creek done. Check.
Ui. This apparently is turtle pond. There must be some turtles in there. I didn't thought that we have to cross this thing, and it's not clear at all, so we can't see how deep it is, so we have to walk it or see if we can find, I don't know, a way around through the bush. We have to find out.
So we have option number 1, which is a total no-go. I'll show you why.
Woo! Holy shit!
That's why. And we have another option. Because for this one we definitely need probably our snorkel, and it's late already. We don't want to modify the bikes, but we would like to at least get to the next creek to have a swim and a nice camp, and it's not far away. So we're gonna take the middle line here, just here on this little island, and there we can bypass the deep ruts, and that should work perfectly.
Folks, we've talked about challenges earlier, but riding such small bikes also has some advantages. And here, the biggest challenge is not to drop yourself into the water.
Because that would look funny. Easy. Easy peasy.
It looks like we made it! We made the first part at least! Yoo-hoo!
We made the south part of the Old Telegraph Track.
Woohoo!
Hang on,
Check.
I just parked the bike. Woo! Double check is that. Yeah, that's a huge milestone.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited about it and really proud that you kept up very well. It was a tough challenge.
So did you, a community watching this video, think we could made it so far at all? So we did the whole south part of the Old Telegraph Track. Leave us your ideas and thoughts in the comments. So sticker, here we go. You have to find room.
Here's a room. There's nothing left on here. So, officially tackled.
Yay! If you pass the sign, take a picture, send it to us.
Folks, welcome to TimetoRide. We are 𝗬𝗀 and 𝗬𝗀, and this is one hell of an adventure. Like, subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one, and there we'll take you to a little paradise before hitting the Old Telegraph Track again, enjoying some stunning rides right along the water's edge,
Holy shit, that's a bit sketchy.
admiring a charming little bridge,
Ooh, that looks a bit scary.
Yeah, it does.
and taking our relationship to the next level.
But what would you do without me?
Having fun. What a question.
But for now, enjoy some outtakes. Cheers, guys.
And then to filter on any rumor, the river, as long as it's fresh water. And now, whoop. That's an outtake.
Woohoo! It's like a rodeo. Riding a tough bull. Oh shit, that was not the best line. We nearly hit the limit of the diving capacity of the Kreidler. It's not an underground boat.
A submarine.
Submarine, yeah, not underground boat, that's German. Submarine. Ah, scheiße.
2 more nights probably without beer.
Yeah.
But then you really earned yourself 2,
Wow, 2.
maybe 3.
Well, then I will have the first and the last one if that's okay for you.
Like I said, 2.
Yeah, that's fine for me. That's fine for me.
If you enjoyed watching this episode, please like, subscribe and leave us a comment.
And if you want to support future episodes, just hit the thanks button here on YouTube. Your support is greatly appreciated.
And now, back to the adventure.
We take the road, we make